me down, and he duly did. And you know what? Putting competitive instinct and all that sort of stuff to one side, it's just good to see him back playing snooker and being keen. I had a little chat with him actually before we went out, and how you been feeling and stuff. He said, yeah, fine, so all good. And he's playing good, and that's the main thing. Ooh, that wasn't one of his better ones. First chance, and it looks at first glance to have quite a nice angle here to bring this black into the game. In fact, it looks perfect.
Zhou has already achieved so much in the game. World amateur champion at just 15 years of age. A couple of years later, he partnered Yan Bingtao, the new Masters champion, to World Cup glory against John Higgins and Stephen Maguire. And of course, aside from his shootout final appearance 12 months ago, made last year's European Masters final. It didn't turn out as he'd hoped. Neil Robertson was in irresistible form and whitewashed him, but that doesn't seem to have left too many scars. He's continuing to get better and better, but he's missed a black off its spot.
Zhou Yulong, 9.
Incredible. That is just incredible how he's missed that. And he'll be standing there thinking, what is going on here? I've not missed that for about 3 years. Oh, wow. But yeah, Martin Gould gets his chance then, and as I say, it's good to see him back playing well. He's got that little eye of the tiger thing going on as well about him again, that's good. You know, looks interested and sort of bubbly around the table.
7.
He's such a talent, isn't he? And he's spoken quite openly about suffering some mental health issues. He's also talked about how lockdown was actually for him something of a blessing in disguise, and allowing him to just regroup and recapture his love for the game, which he'd lost. But there's another missed pot, nearly a collision as well.
And
of course, he made the final right at the start of this season of the European Masters, a cracking final as well. Mark Selby just edging him by a single frame. So he's definitely back, Martin Gould. But it shows back at the table.
1.
And that shot he's played there is as good a shot as anyone's played in the tournament. Screw off the bunch of reds. And they get top side of the
6.
blue. It was exceptional. Now, looking at the pink spot there, he probably best served sticking on the blue for the time being, which he will do. Pot the pink, it may be tied up.
7.
Here's that shot again. Beautiful, wasn't it? What a piece of ball striking. Lovely.
Hasn't allowed missing that routine black off its spot to faze him. Just getting right back on the saddle. That's what you've got to do in the shootout, or indeed in any form of snooker. Forget about your mistakes.
13.
Focus on what you can influence, which is what's in front of you, not what's already gone.
Quite a nice shot to have this. You play for pink but give it an ounce more weight. So you overhit it, you know you're going to be on blue. It's always a nice shot for players to have that.
20.
He's got the luxury now, of course, of a healthy 22-point advantage. And saying that, you look at the clock. The frame's not really got going yet in terms of getting the job done.
$26.
Brilliant shot.
31.
Round the table, probably covered about the best part of 16, 18 feet, and he's put it on a button.
10-second shot clock now in operation.
Well, he missed the straightforward black early in the frame, but how he's atoning for it here. This has been a terrific break to this point. Is it going to be a match-winning break?
$44.
Yeah, dead straight in the red. May have just a hint of angle, but no heroics. Oh, he's not bad, actually. Aggressive with it. So
45.
44 in pink will pretty much put paid to this match. With the black on the side cushion.
Jumbo, 45.
Well, that is surely the killer moment. Martin Gould will not become the first player ever to win this tournament twice. Not this year, anyway. Zhou Yulong looking to go one step further than last year when he missed out in the final to the Hitman. And how well has he played since missing the black? Cueing beautifully. Time for Martin Gould to pack up. Next up, Dave Gilbert against Liang Wenbo.
Geelong 12 for him in the match.
Terrific stuff from last year's runner-up. He has knocked out former champion Martin Gould, and he's done it in style. He can look forward to the next round.
Had a very tight match in the first round against Lei Pai Fan, beat Peter Devlin, the rapper, in the second. And Liang Wenbo nearly made a lovely 81 break against Eden Sharaf. Despite a little mix-up with the shot clock at one point, he made a good break.
Yes, he was hard done by because a foul was called, but they hadn't reset it from the previous shot, had they? So he had no chance, really. And to be honest, the look he gave the referee, surprising he's still standing up. But anyway, it wasn't anyone's fault. It was just a technical glitch, which was resolved correctly. Well, that was a test of his cueing early. Gilbert's quite a while on the shot, which might be against him. You know, he doesn't point the cue, he addresses it and goes through his own little routines when he's down on the shot. So that might just slow him down in the second half. I mean, with the shootout, I think we're talking about when the better players play each other, and the further you get, the deeper into finals day you go, the little things count for some more. The luck still applies, but if you just take a bit longer to play a shot than others, it might just go against you.
6.
Only time is going to tell on that score.
Now, obviously, can't do the usual thing of rolling up to a colour.
7.
No, it's not the worst thing, actually, just to leave the bunch of reds out in exposed. That's a very good shot in saying that. I mean, that's better than any other idea to open them up like that. He has left a glancing edge of this left-hand red. Neatly played by Gilbert. He'd love a little plant in the middle of the bunch somewhere at this stage, but seemingly not. He might just try and get that cue ball in behind the yellow from here. The angle is on. He's not quite got the line right on the shot. And he hasn't covered the red near the pocket, so he has given away a chance. A bit thicker on contact on the red. He wanted to swing it wider towards the yellow. That's safety. Nice. Lovely cue action. As I say, stays down rather studiously on the shot, but he couldn't hit it any better.
Six.
Just get the feeling that Gilbert, he is due a change of luck in a few tournaments, the shootout being one. He's had some unfortunate occasions. One when his opponent was allowed to continue playing after his time had run out. There was pandemonium in the Watford Coliseum that night. Anything went, really. The rules had just gone out the window.
Well, it was four years ago, it was in the quarterfinals, wasn't it? The referee couldn't hear the beeps. I think Dave's maybe only just got over it.
11.
But of course, since then, he's become a top 16 player. He's been in 4 big finals. Just recently, the Masters semi-finals.
I just feel, listen, he's doing really well, and I'd love to see him win. It's just sometimes there's a little mental barrier that he can't quite get across. I mean, that, without going back over old matches, that semi-final against John Higgins, which went to the wire, it must have been painful for him, but I think on that basis no one would like to see him win more than the neutrals who follow the game.
15.
Well, he's got himself in front in this frame. It's a good chance this now.
16.
Certainly to build up a nice lead. And then that puts the pressure on Liang to try and get in and find a response.
It's a bit close up to the next ball, unless he plays a different red.
22.
Liang looking up at the scores. Of course, he's not been put out of this frame by any means with the time left and the points difference. The problem for Liang Wenbo is that the break is still not over.
23.
10-second shot clock now in operation.
He's taking these nicely, and he's not needing to use cushions. He's just keeping that cue ball in the centre of the table, a la someone like Mark Allen. When he break builds, this time he has to play up for the blue. But at the moment, he is in pretty good control of things
30.
out there.
Oh, he was, until he missed that. So, he's only 23 in front.
30.
Put the curse on him, didn't mean to. He was in control, and then I guess the little cannon he needed to play was, I think it's given Wenbo the chance to get back to the table, albeit not with a pot. So Gilbert, the only consolation was he didn't leave anything for his opponent by making that error, but there is still a lot of time on the clock.
Well, he caught that all wrong. He's left a chance. So Liang Wenbo, 23 behind. Bags of time. Gilbert's face there in the background.
Foul.
Oh, he's caught the pink. He's caught the pink with the rest.
David Gilbert 6.
Foul called by the referee. Dave didn't even see that.
Pretty painful when that happens.
Wow, he was stood there. Look on his face was as if to say, I've thrown this away, but expect the unexpected in the shootout. This is what happened. Look at this with the rest. Just catches it. Well, he doesn't just catch it. He wellies it.
Well, that was pretty dramatic. It's the one thing we haven't seen actually yet. Something like that. A foul of a different kind.
8.
It's been the perfect frame for him, apart from that one miss. Just the way that he's basically bossed it, hasn't he?
He looks in a mean mood, doesn't he? Just look at his haircut. He's had a very severe haircut, hasn't he? Trying to frighten people, maybe. It's working so far. Looks like he'll be in the last 16 this evening.
It's looking awfully like that, isn't it? A couple of minutes left, but again, you know, forget time clocks. The fact is, the next red goes in. Wenbo can't win anyhow, but this was the mistake, and that is infuriating, isn't it? It actually almost went back to where it was in the first place, that ping off the cushion.
22.
So it's not something that's going to cheer him up, understandably.
No, I mean, ordinarily for that shot, he probably wouldn't have needed the long rest, just the normal rest, but we're living in different times. Anyway,
29.
It's cost him.
It's actually a very good point, Dave, in that the rest is longer, isn't it? So, you know, it just changes everything on a shot like that. It might be the reason it happened.
Well, Gilbert, I mean, I was looking at his face. He played a poor safety to leave that red on, and he thought,
37.
I've thrown this away, but he didn't even notice the foul. He came back to the table, he was drinking his water. Very happy, though, to get this chance. He's played a good frame, and he is definitely a big, big contender.
38.
Disappointment, though, for LIANG Wenbo. What a way to lose. So we've got 3 matches left ahead of the last 16 tonight. Still to come, Mark Selby and Mark Allen in this session.
Yeah, we're seeing some pretty established players, aren't we, go through, and you know, a couple of amateurs as well, which is
46.
a nice blend, but a lot of these guys are quite well-known snooker players. David Gilbert being one of those, along with some of the ones like Ryan Day and others that we've
49.
seen progress. Players that have won things before, looking to win something else.
54.
Yeah, the pot is boiling nicely on this final day.
58.
This pink played a big part in the frame. LIANG Wenbo caught it with the extended rest after Gilbert had left him a chance, and Dave Gilbert delighted to get this chance. A lovely clearance of 71 from Dave Gilbert puts him emphatically into the last 16. But
A pretty good break, deciding to go in first himself. Not left the red out to the corner pocket that we normally see. That was quite a good effort from Alan Taylor, in fact. He potted it, it would have been nicely on the black. And what do you do here? You've got to be very, very careful here. Cushion has to be touched, of course. Now he's looking for a little bit of a cover, and I don't know if he has gone quite far enough. Can he get through the gap between the yellow and brown to the red? I think so. Not to pot it.
yeah, Alan Taylor got back on the tour through the Challenge Tour last season, won the playoffs just before the World Championship. Of course, he spent a lot of time as MC in the home nations. He's caught the knuckle there, and this red is on to the left corner.
Well, either way, the red was heading towards the pocket. Yeah, okay, over on that top right side of the table, he might have got something to block it, like the blue or the green, but once he hit the jaw, it was out of his control completely. Oof. Mind you, that was not close. That was, I thought that Craig Steadman actually was a little lucky in his previous game. He refused to red and ended up going in off. And he almost fell into that category of trying to protect his lead. Okay, he's done that there.
One.
But you have to sometimes get the balance right. I don't know if he was trying to run away on that shot too much. Played it thin. Good striking, though, from Alan Taylor on the opening red. He's played some good snooker since he's been back on the tour, hasn't he?
Yeah, in the World Qualifiers, straight after that Challenge Tour win, he made a 1.45. Now, he's not on the blue, I don't think.
It's just almost like a player loses his tour spot and comes back a different proposition, maybe looks on it differently, pleased to be there. And of course, Craig Steadman is off the tour himself now, having been on it for quite some years.
9.
Couldn't continue the break, or didn't want to take the brown on anyway, so just a safety. Oh, fetch that one out.
It's an absolute screamer of a pot, isn't it? And again, he's played it so well that, you know, he can't continue the break by rolling up, or he can't threaten him that way. Fantastic long pot.
Didn't quite get the snooker behind the green.
He's hitting the ball ever so well. This is a blinder of a shot.
Hang on. Well, there you are. That's okay. He's lucky, but because Taylor didn't get the snooker, you know, he wasn't playing off a cushion. But that's lucky.
I think Alan Taylor believes it was all about the fluke, and it was really. I mean, that is I think 3 balls moved there. Cue ball again has drifted too far. Yeah. I mean, look, what can you do about that? That's a good shot. Now the black, really, if he does play it, I don't know if he can get through to the pink without having to be over a ball, he'll play the pink. I was going to say the black, the 2 reds are in the way, really, of getting on a colour. Now this is important. Does that red go? I think Craig believes it does.
11.
It does.
And he's just edged in front at the halfway stage.
12.
10-second shot clock now in operation.
Pretty outrageous fluke, wasn't it? But there is no point in getting good luck if you don't take advantage of it.
18.
I think that fluke might go on the show reel of flukes that we've apparently are setting up. I think that's if that's not on there, the others have to be pretty bad.
Well, we might have to come on air early to show it. We've had so many.
He's played a really poor shot there.
23.
The frame's not over. How has he finished that? Anywhere on the left side, he's got a choice of reds to the right corner. That was a terrible shot on the brown. Almost like he almost, dare I say, had the yips on it. I don't think he did, but he just couldn't get the cue back and through quickly enough. It was an elementary positional shot. He didn't get a kick on it, I can tell you that, because for some reason, and I've never understood it, I've never seen a kick at the shootout in all the years. We don't get them, and I don't know why.
Steadman back in.
1.
I always think, Dave, one of his big claims was he almost ended Steve Davis's career, didn't he? Beat him in the World Championships. Certainly took him down the list too far anyway in doing so.
3.
Didn't have to take that yellow on, but being positive. We've seen players go too negative, I think, at times in this event.
4.
Alan Taylor there, he's desperate to get back to the table. And there's still time, but he needs Stedman to miss.
9.
Well, he played that very, I'll say negatively, but cautiously is the right way to describe it.
10.
He almost didn't matter whether it went in or not as far as continuing the break, because he had no intention of continuing the break. Oh, well, is that good or bad? I don't know. Bad, I think. The 2 points are not in his favour.
12.
The next shot might determine whether that going in was really against him. Well, it's okay.
Yeah, he didn't panic. So 25 in front. I can tell you the winner of the match will play Noppen Senkarm tonight in the last 16. Coming up next, we've got Mark Selby against Liam Highfield. After that, it'll be Mark Allen, David Grace to complete the round.
Well, doesn't have much room here. I see Alan Taylor creeping behind the shot to find out whether he could get to the potting angle or we could see enough of the red. The answer to both was no. Well, he was walking around there. And there is enough time. We could be in for a good finish. I don't think he's got to run too much, but the red and the black
5.
are going to be a big problem. And it's a problem that maybe he was making him think about too much. He forgot the pot there.
Alan Taylor, 5.
He's a bit hasty there, I thought.
Well, Stedman can sort of saunter around here. Just use up these seconds. And he should be in the last 16. Yeah, he's had a basically best part of a year with no snooker. He fell off the tour. So this is turning into a great weekend for him, with a chance still to win the £50,000 first prize.
Yes, and there's no getting away from it. The fluke he got made the world of difference to the win.
9.
Well, a smile from Alan Taylor will be disappointed, but Craig Stedman will be absolutely delighted. He's through to the last 16. Coming up next, Mark Selby.